All right, hold on. Just making sure that. Oh, what the fuck? Did I pull it out? No, it's not. I just stepped on it. Shut the fuck. Niggas can't ever say anything without it getting some kind of, you know.
Did I pull it out? Oh, that's going to be the title of the episode right there. Did I pull it out?
No, that's funny. Nah, you should really do that.
Did I pull it out? Oh, shit. It's your boy back from the DZN Podcast. I'm your host, Dre, as always, here with the guest today. Say your name for the people, sir.
Hey, yo, what's up? It's your boy Travis. I'm back in the building once again. Blessed and glad to be here. Thanks, Dre, for bringing me out here one more time, man.
Oh, man, and as y'all all know, if you want to be a guest on the DZN Podcast, just contact us at d.z.n.podcast@gmail.com, d.z.n.podcast on Instagram, DZN Podcast on Twitter, and DZN Podcast on YouTube. So you want to also be a guest, just let us know, contact us. We may or may not bring you on. I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't mind talking with anybody, we don't mind talking with anybody.
Yeah, we go.
As long as you cool as fuck and don't cause any bullshit, and you're interested in some shape, form, or fashion, we'll fuck with you.
Because real talk, that bullshit will put you on the other side of the door and you ain't coming back. I see y'all done been back a few times already, so that's just keeping it real. Forget the fact that I done known my nigga Dre for a few years now, but nigga, if he didn't want me back, I wouldn't be back, period.
That is a fact. Bars. Anyway, we are going to start this podcast how we always start this motherfucker off with a goddamn beat.
Let it go.
Let's get to it.
Shit made me want to take a shit. Goddamn. Whew. Yeah. I'm running out of toilet tissue in this bitch. Ah! Yo, girl, my bed, my room, her head, sloppy game is real good. Everybody say from the hood. Say. Yeah, no, I don't rap. I'm just dicking around out here. Yeah, this beat go hard though.
They ain't like my water. 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 You drink it, you get caught up. Don't even know what the bar is. Don't even say that we caught up. They ain't like my water. We getting in there, we caught up. It's hell you fucking this water. What the fuck you expecting this all this? Hey, niggas ain't got it. Niggas is broken, niggas is stopping. Woo. Niggas is hungry, they ain't eating. Cause the water's dirty, they just creeping. They ain't in life more water. I needed to get it, we're caught up. And everything I'm talking about is really just talking up all this. They ain't in life my water. I need to just get it all caught up. Cause every day I'm thinking about where I could just get up all this. They ain't in life my water. Every day we get caught up. All this shit that we need, we really just need to be drinking this water. They ain't in life my water. They ain't in life my water. All the things we need, we really just need to get ourselves caught up. Day in the life.
This sound like some shit nigga about to record from jail.
Day in the life. Day in the life. Yeah. Day in life with water. Yes, sir. Beat made by yours truly called Day in the Life of My Water.
Thank you.
And how we're going to start this motherfucker off today. We're going to talk about how people don't like to try hard.
There we go. And coming from someone for real that, what the fuck am I doing? Excuse me. New York was popping. You know how we do. I got to represent my city with the air. Nigga, Queens get the money. Y'all already know the fucking vibes. All right, now. Real talk. Now we can go back to that real quick. All right. But nah, go ahead, Dre. You said niggas not working hard enough?
Yeah, because I had an interaction in class a day ago, where we were presenting something and none of us were prepared because we were supposed to write a 3-page paper and then present it. Me, I admit, I wasn't prepared because I didn't take the presenting part seriously. I was like, all right, we just gonna hand this paper in. We're gonna talk about it. Then we're gonna go home. All right.
Funny enough, this nigga is like really like, you guys should see how this nigga sets everything up. So the fact that he just said he didn't take that all that serious can be very surprising to me. No, not can be, it is. But continue, please continue, bro.
Reason being, it was just like it was a lot of shit to do. It's an excuse, of course. A lot of stuff was due this week, but still not an excuse of why I wasn't prepared.
Busy week though, right? Midterms week and shit.
Yes, sir. Speaking of which, we on spring break. Know it. Yeah. I'm out this motherfucker for a week, so yeah. But going back to the story that's at hand, so we had to present in class. We all had to write our note cards, what we were going to talk about from our people. We were supposed to present why our documentarian should have an hour-long special for, I think it was Discovery Channel. We're supposed to add like executives from the Discovery Channel, and we're supposed to pick 3 out of the, I believe, 8 people in our class, I could be wrong, that need to be picked for a 1-hour special.
Right.
So everybody went up there, presented. Then he had a conversation with us. It's like, I don't think any of you were prepared. And he was right. And he also said, if I could tell you to write any 3 of these people down that should be nominated for the finalist, I bet you couldn't do it. And nobody could do it. Because nobody prepared their speech well. Nobody had the points that they wanted to emphasize or what they was going to talk about. I kind of had in my head, though, what I wanted to do, but it wasn't executed well.
Right.
How this ain't about me, though. Just about me, anyway. It was about the situation that just really kind of opened an eye for me. However, he related, but I knew the lesson he was teaching us right away once it happened. I was like, oh, okay, I get what he's trying to do here. He's trying to make us see all the stuff that goes into a documentary, all of the planning, all of the resources, all of the timing, knowing what points you're going to hit, what you're trying to hit, and who you're trying to market to, who's the audience that you're trying to present it to, and why.
I mean, it is very essential. You got to really make sure you have everything set out the right way. Like, everything happens for a reason, and everything needs to happen for a certain way, so you can not only just keep the ball rolling, but so you can continue showing pride in your work. And if you working and just like doing a project like he said, or just anything in particular, and you're not really working at it to be working it, you're never gonna have any joy in that. And that's just gonna keep following you with whatever you do. Like, that's just how it is. You really gotta put your best foot forward. Sometimes you slack off and be lazy with certain shit, and that's all right. But when it comes to shit like that, man, it's tough. And I get what that teacher was saying, I get it, but yo, keep that shit going, boss.
Like I said, shout out to Mr. Christman, man. He's one of the most impactful teachers I've had in my schooling, and that's saying a lot because I've been in school for a long ass time.
Nigga finna be out though, so go ahead and cheer it up. Go ahead and cheer it up for my boy Dre, because this is, if I'm not mistaken, his last semester. Go ahead and cheer it up. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about here. That's what I'm talking about. I know too many people that didn't get to graduate high school. This nigga is leaving his school. I'm not going to say the name of the school because that's none of your business. But he's graduating. I'm not going to say I'm proud of my boy because I know he could do that. It's all in his grill, his ethic, his drive. He got it. And like I said, we all slack off sometimes. But this man, he's always about his shit. You heard him say in the beginning of this and in his on DZN Radio. If you're interested, come through, holla at him, shoot him an email on dzn@gmail.com or d.z.n.podcast on Instagram. Hit him up, YouTube, whatever. And the fact that he's actually taking his time out of his day, considering he still got school, he got a few more months left. But the fact that he's still out here doing this, inviting people on, playing their music. By the way, shout out to both dudes who played their music on DZN Radio because I was feeling it. And shout out my brother from New York. I haven't met you yet, boy, but I got some stuff I would love for you to say. I'm just going to say that real quick. But yeah, like, you really got to take pride in everything you do. You definitely got to, you have to know everything around what you're doing to better at it, in every aspect of it.
Yeah, and going back to saying how he was the most impactful teacher that I've had, one of the most, he was not the only one, but he's one of the most in recent just because of everything that I'm being taught by this teacher. It's gonna stick. And I know what I'm trying to do now. And that's going back to going back to the point I brought up, like people don't really work hard. Is because I honestly think that some people don't know what they want to do, or they may be in the wrong career path. Like some people will get corrected on stuff, and then they say they wouldn't like when they get corrected. Then why are you there? Are you trying to just get by? Or are you trying to be better at something? What's really the goal that you're trying to achieve out of this? Honestly, like you're in school, you're trying to get a degree, or you're doing something, you're trying to learn something. But when somebody corrects you and gives you tough love, you want to get offensive and jump back. It's just like, what the fuck does that? Come on now. If you're gonna be critiqued, you're gonna get harsh critique. But those are the critiques that are gonna make you better. I promise you.
I was just about to say, man, look, yo, real talk. Let me say this to y'all, how my coach used to say this to me. When I was living back in New York, I went to Hillcrest High School, right? Coach, I was trained under Coach Boisille and Coach Kaufman. Shout out to those two, because they were always on me. And I wrestled there for a while. My first match, I messed up my shoulder pretty bad. My very first match, I wrestled a vet. I think like a 4 or 6 year vet. That's not the point. The entire point of it, I kept going to practice. I kept fighting. My team, my Hawks, my boys, my crew, some of them are soldiers, some of them are whatever. They kept fighting. They kept going and having that job, right? Now, for me, I always realized that I need a coach in some type of way, shape, or form. Whether it be Dre, my other friends, family, whatever. But these two men, I remember them telling me, if I don't critique you, if I stop critiquing you, if I stop picking at you, yelling at you, telling you to focus more, drive, or go harder, that's when you should be worried. Don't be worried when I am doing that. Because that's showing that I'm actually caring enough and giving a damn about what you're actually putting out there. Because I know you got more. I know you can do this. I know you can do that. And that always stuck with me and still sticks with me to this day. And there are some times where I fall off the wagon a bit. I can admit that. I'm a grown man. I can admit that. But the lack of faith that you may have in yourself. And he said, and Dre just said it best, you know, if you can't take a critique, what the fuck are you doing in the business that you're doing? Because whatever you do, you're going to get critiqued. Whether you be a singer, if you can't hit certain notes, if you can't go low, you can't go high, it don't matter. Because you really just gotta take them critiques. Like, I don't think I'm a singer. Dre think I can sing. I definitely don't. I'm a writer. I know that first and foremost. But at the same time, you still gotta keep evolving. Hell, I never thought I could act until my senior year in high school. I didn't get into one. I got into 3 different productions. And I'm proud of that. And you gotta learn how to take critique so you can go for it. And don't use it as a crutch, nigga. Use it as a stepping stone to get you to where you need to. Take all of that, apply it to yourself, learn it. Learn it, live it, love it. That's just it. Because you're never really gonna make it. Appreciate that.
I believe tough love is essential in all upbringings of all humans, personally.
This generation is missing out on that shit, I'll tell you that much.
And that's why a lot of people are sad right now. That's why a lot of people are depressed, per se. That's why a lot of people don't know who they are or what they're trying to do or achieve, because they're not getting that tough love. And no tough love doesn't mean getting hit by a switch or getting your ass beat every day or when you fuck up. That's not the tough love I'm talking about.
Right.
Granted, some people do need an ass whooping every now and then, but that's not what I'm referring to in this very moment.
Right.
At this very moment, I'm referring to the love that is, I love you, but that don't mean I'm not going to say nothing that's bad about you. Not bad meaning in shady, but bad meaning is like, yo, you can do better than that.
Like,
Come on.
You're fucking up. And that's real. Like, growing up, for me, I always tried to be the man in the middle. Trying to be the one that, separate the fights, because I've been bullied, I've been this. And I just never wanted to do that to anybody. I never wanted to pass that kind of energy on, right? But as I got older, I realized, the advice I could give from what was given to me by my older friends that I apply to my nieces and nephews, to my younger homies now, I realized how stubborn I was when I wasn't taking it. Like, they could listen to me, and I'll take everything they say, and I'll always keep it with me. Even when it comes to my old man, I'll still do that. But when I was younger, and I'm still young, I'm only 21, about to be 22, but talking as a young man, I realized when I really needed to be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? You fucking up. Whether it be, matter of fact, you talked about teachers making an impact on your life, right? One teacher in particular, his name was Mr. Joseph. Possibly one of the coolest teachers I ever had in high school. Now, this man, you know, when you're younger, you mess around, you cut school, you cut class or whatever. And I remember I cut school to go skate, right? I was having a really bad week. It was a really bad and dark time for me. And you know what? I remember I left the school with my boy. I'm not going to say who, but he know who he is. And I saw Mr. Joseph I saw him out on a smoke break. And he said, you son bitch, where you going? I said, I'm going out real quick. He said, don't you be late to my damn class. And I'm like, yo, is he just cool with me leaving? Like, yo, what is this? He wasn't cool with me leaving, but I was really trying to figure, I'm like, how come he didn't bust me? Know what I mean? But teachers know, adults know, parents know that there's always something wrong. And sometimes you gotta like, the shit that you gotta learn on your own. You can't just learn it from an adult with somebody telling you. You gotta actually experience it. So he let me leave, and I told him, like, yo, I'll be back for your class. I promise you that. He said, all right, don't make a promise you can't keep. And that's facts. Don't do that. If you can try, but man, you gotta live up to your word. All you got is your word, balls, and your instinct. That's it. So I remember I came back to class one time. I had changed my shirt out and shit. And I may be telling myself to whatever family may be listening, yo, I made mistakes. We all do. But anyway, I remember I would always go to his classes the following year. If I had a class or a sub in the morning, I would walk over to his classroom and he would let me chill. But I would work on other classwork while I'm there and not distract everybody else. And he let me do that because he's seen how much I grow and how much I began to respect him and vice versa. So that same semester, the semester is the year that I had him for when I was actually in his class. I remember he kept telling me, you know, you failing my class, right? I'm like, what? Yeah, I'm in your classroom every morning, even when that's not my class. Like, and then when I show up for class, I bust my ass. I participate. If I don't do so hot on the test, if I get a 70 or something, I work on the next one even harder, twice as harder to get better. And I remember at the end of my semester, like my last semester with him, I got an 89 in this class. And I was like, I'm like, Mr. Joseph, why you kept telling me I was failing your class? He said, when's the last time you cut school? And I was like, I don't know, it's been a long time. He said, that's exactly my point. I told you were fucking up without hounding you about it. And you got right because you knew better. Because you knew you had to get right. And that shit hit me. It hit me different. Talking about making an impact, man. And I'm not saying if I was a teacher, I would do the same thing, because there's certain shit I feel like you shouldn't do. But that shit really stuck with me, made an impact. Like, when you really know you're doing something wrong, you either start fixing it yourself or you're just going to keep fucking up. You're just going to keep on drowning. You know, and I respect and got a lot of love for that teacher. He was one of my favorite teachers at that school. My coaches, they were all the same way. Miss Florin, we called her Flojo back at Broughton, my high school out here in North Carolina. She was the same way. But I had a lot of love for these teachers, yo, and it's crazy. He was just that dude making an impact. I go back even further to 2010 to 2011 to 2012, when I was in 7th and 8th grade. There was this dude named Mr. Barkan. I swear to God, if you were to meet this man, if you were to hear his voice over the phone, my mom could tell you like firsthand, right? You would have thought he was an old black dude on the phone. Like, you would have thought this man just had soul when he talked. Mr. Barkan, man. And like when I was younger, like when I was still like graduating when I was still in high school in New York, I would always go past my middle school and I would say, hey, get out of here. And I knew it was him. Like, me and my boys, we know that voice anyway. We just like cut back and joke with him. But Mr. Barkan, he was another one. He always looked out for me. He was like family. And if I was to see him right now, like if I was getting married and I was to invite some kind of teacher or professor or something, he's on that list to be there. Cause he done made a lot. He done made life a lot easier for a lot of students, for their middle school students. And I feel like we don't see that anymore. You know what I mean? So like he's one of the GOATs. He's one of the greatest of all times. Period. Like I said, Mr. Joseph too, man. When you realize you fucking up, you can either get right or somebody can force you to get right. There's no in between. And if someone has to force you to get right, that could be a very scary conclusion that you're not gonna like. Period.
Let's make some noise. When noise is needed to be made, sometimes you gotta make it yourself. What I mean by that is, just because somebody else may not be clapping and cheering for you, don't mean you can't clap a cheer for yourself.
That's for damn sure, bro. Be proud of what you do. Own that shit.
Because there's a lot of things you don't realize you can do or you have done that are great. But just because somebody else isn't talking about it or isn't making an uproar about it don't mean it ain't great. I said that randomly because it just came as a thought, but that is a fact. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand how great they are and how great they can be if they apply themselves more.
I want to be a great one. Shout out Jessie Reyes. I love that girl.
I know some of my friends, but a lot of people that aren't my friends that are just around school, I just see, I'm like, damn, they just apply themselves more in certain areas. They could be great. But I especially look at my friends, I'll tell them. They may not listen every time, but I'll tell them, like, yo.
I'm waiting. Go ahead. Nah, I want you to say this to them, bro. They got to know it's real. That this is a real podcast where we talk the shit, we laugh, we say what we do, but it's real. The stories are real, and we young men growing up into our own. So I want you to touch base on that real quick. So Jay already know what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
But I look at certain people. It's like, yo, if you just zone in more in this area, if you spent more time outside of just this area or class or outside of a certain field, you can be great. We all have gifts, some multiple, that we're great at.
And Dre definitely got more than a fucking few. They got more than a few.
I mean, for me, it just happened, but this ain't even about me. This is about just my people that I know and people I see that can be great. That if they just apply themselves more and did more to actually grow their greatness, they can do something that's big for themselves. And that's even bigger for people around them to do. And I feel like if more people just realize that they can further themselves and be happier about where they are in their lives. It's just a lot of things I see, especially on TV, of course, and on social media, that if they didn't spend time shaking their ass so much, they got something else that they could do that could be more profitable. It ain't gonna be as quick.
Things take time.
But this ain't even about a certain group of people. That was just the first thing that came to my mind as an example. Some people may like shaking their ass. That may be their gift.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, yo. Imagine if like someone like, what's her name? Like Lisa Ann wasn't a porn star. What if Lisa Ann was the first female president of the United States? That sound like a porno right there. but no, like certain people have been inspirations to other people. Like the adult acting industry, for example. And this is not to take as a joke. I'm being dead ass about this. With any career you choose, there's always gonna be some battles, and it's really essential that you connect to certain stuff and you really like learn to embrace it. Like certain adult actors and actresses, they have their trials and tribulations to certain tribulations and stuff, but they get through. They work their ass off for it. Some people stay in the business for for years on. Some people stay for only a few months, man. And like, you got to respect that, because certain people, I really feel they're meant for certain things. And I'm not banging on anybody that decides to strip or dance or do whatever for their career. If that's what they enjoy, do you, man. Like, learn it, live it, love it. Like, just perfect your craft. Keep working on it, man. Like, if this is what you feel like you were really meant to do, do it. I'm understanding that now more so than ever. I just handed Dre something to check out real quick and stuff that I've been working on. Y'all know the story. I've been here before. I'm a writer. I do my thing, from writing songs, scripts, manuscripts, short stories, books, dramas, fantasies. I'm actually just starting to work on my own hero stuff and cartoon stuff. Stuff I didn't really think I was going to be writing when I was younger, but I just evolved and got better at it. And I'm doing more stuff. Like, I'm not trying to like share my ideas and everything, but like, I'm just getting more shit done. I've been spending more time on my writing and honing that craft than, I'm not going to say more than my plan A, kind of. I don't want to call it a plan A. Like, what I'm currently in school for, you know, that could get me kind of far, but you don't got to save. Let me say it like this. You don't have to save lives with a gun and a badge. You can save lives with a pen and a pencil, changing people's lives like that. And it's not something, and I'm not saying that lightly, because I wanted to be an officer of the law. I wanted to be in law enforcement all my life. I've been studying human behavior since I was a kid. I've been looking into task force stuff and just really getting into it. But I love writing. I wrote my first book, my first little short story, in first grade, and it's called The Concussion. 4 pages long, typed and made by me as a first grader. And I saw it recently through my mom's stuff, and she let me read it. And I smiled at it. I'm like, yo, it was so entertaining. And I'm like, yo, I've been doing this all of my life. I can't just let this moment slide. I've met too many people now, and I'm on the verge of something big. I know it. And I've been taking the critiques, and Dre is one of my biggest critiques about all of this shit. This man is on me about so much, man. Like, I'll call him, yo, what's up? What's movies? He's like, you work on this shit yet, bro? You got your camera yet? Come on, man. You had people ready to audition for you, and you not doing this. But despite the accent, that's just me. But you get my point. Like, he's always on me, and that's healthy. You need people on you like that. You got to accept that critiquing, man. And he's right. I say let a man examine himself first, right? That's what my pastor used to tell me before we take communion. Let a man examine himself. And you have to realize it. You have to find for yourself where you're slacking off. You got to, how did you say it the other night, bro? You said one day you just got to say it. You gotta own up to it. You gotta just admit it to yourself, no matter how weird, how sad, how scared it'll make you feel. You gotta own it. You gotta say it, and you gotta mean it, and you gotta move on from it. Some things you gotta let go of. Some things we hold on to that God is really trying to tear apart. Some things we hold on to, from false perception. Some things we hold on to because it was meant fighting for. You gotta have that gut. You gotta take that critique, and you gotta keep going. You feel me? All my people back home, our city never sleeps. Queens get the money. And we say that for a reason, bro, because we all up. Flushing, Jamaica, Hollis. You just gotta, Springfield, you gotta really just work for your shit. You got to keep grinding. I know people with babies, 3-year-olds, 2-year-olds, 5-year-olds, fresh out of high school, fresh out of college, or would have been in college if they didn't have kids, and they're still grinding. They take their critique, but they still doing their thing. I got a homegirl that's still making music with a beautiful 2-year-old little boy. She doing her thing. You got to take them critiques. You got to take them licks, heal up, learn from it, and keep going. And you gotta face your own stuff. My mama said something to me. She gave me an assignment, and one of her questions on said assignment, it was like, what's your biggest hindrance? Dre, what do you think your biggest hindrance is?
Besides procrastination, one of my biggest hindrances is not taking fully charge of what I need to do to get far. And what I mean by that is I know I need to do to be fully independent or learn to be fully independent. I just haven't done it yet. And I guess that leans on the procrastination. So I guess I'm rounding out to that. Only reason I say that because once Trav brought this up earlier on the way here, I've been thinking about for the past month, well, really longer than that, but really putting the thought in my head for the past month.
Growth and maturity.
If my parents happen to go away, not one of them to go away, but if my parents happen to just not be here tomorrow, would I be able to fend for myself? And I answered no, because a lot of things that I don't do for myself that I don't know how to all the way do yet. I've done to do it halfway.
And this goes on beyond just cooking and cleaning for yourself and getting to point A and point B. There's a lot of, like, for example, there's a lot of people that don't know how to do taxes. There's a lot of people that don't know how to, how do you say it? It's a certain term I'm looking for. Anyway, I forget the point. There's a lot of people that don't know how to do a lot of stuff. And that's okay, because I'm pretty sure their parents didn't know how to do it until somebody taught them or until they figured it out. And it's a lot harder figuring shit out on your own compared to when you got a resource like that. And not everybody has their parents in their life, but go on, Dre. You spit your shit. Talk your talk.
I gotta think back to my point real quick. So I was talking about how my parents. Oh, got it. So if they happen to go away, would I be able to do everything I need to get where I want to go? Answer would be no. But I know somehow I'll figure it out.
Yes, sir.
Because I say this all the time. I may not know how to float, but if I happen to be on the Titanic and I happen to fall off the boat, I'm gonna get to shore.
I hear that.
So that basically means that no matter what situation I get in or I put myself in, I'm always gonna come out.
You're gonna keep from drowning, baby. Believe that.
At least attempt to come out on the great side of things. I'm not saying it's always gonna happen, of course, because that's not how life works. But I say that to say this: I have a lot more work to do as far as individual well-being as a man. And a lot of that has to go with knowledge, of course, but also on top of knowledge, just figuring out day to day of living in your own home, cleaning your house, not just talking about vacuuming and mopping the floor, but cleaning your fucking bathroom. That don't sound like much to some people, but some niggas probably don't know how to clean their bathroom right now.
I bet some people don't even, let me not do that on this podcast, but I was getting ready to go somewhere, yo. When you go somewhere, you can't come back from it. Dre was just, I said something before we started this podcast, and I know Dre's just going to be looking at me different now because of what I said. We're not going to go there. We need not talk about it, but, yeah, I'm just saying. But continue.
Yeah, like, I know how to do laundry to a degree, so I could do that. But as far as, all right, do you know how to check your oil in your car? Do you know how to change a tire? Granted, you may not have to know how to do this stuff nowadays, but these last two are just examples of how much do you really know how to do on your own.
Do you know how to parallel park?
I'm gonna be honest, I can figure it out. I know how to park.
Mm-hmm. Even that, there's still certain things that you don't think you're gonna have to know how to do, but it would help for you to know it. Going back. And that was a perfect response, straight. Good looking out. But going back to the hindrance real quick, right? You said that was procrastinating is one of yours. For me, and I know you can attest to this, my biggest hindrance is and has always been myself. And I admit that about myself, because like my parents tell me or have told me before that I tend to hold on to the wrong things. And it's not that. I truly believe it's more so that it's not the fact that I'm holding on to the wrong things. It's that I'm letting the wrong things hold on to me. Like, because everything they say, any argument we have, I take with me. And I just build off of that. I can write a better script because of it. I work on a better song about it. I keep it growing. You know what I mean? I keep doing it. But in every detail, every word, like it's the stuff I write down, the quotes, the this, the that, what happened this day and the next, like that drives me to keep going and learn from them and whatever mistakes I may see them do, because they're only trying to do right by me. I may not like the how and didn't appreciate it now, but I'm just gonna work with it and be grateful for it in the long run, because I am. And my biggest hindrance, like my best friend says it all the time back home. My boy Stefan, he's always like, man, you're there. You just get out your own head. Just go for my big bro DJ. You know what he used to say to me and my other homies whenever we'd be scared to go for anything? And this is on a skater tip too. So you skaters out there listening, listen up. Don't be a bitch. Dre's laughing. I'm being so, don't be a bitch. Because it's better for you to haul ass and actually commit and go for something. What's the worst that's going to happen? You fall? Get your ass back up. I have more. I don't know if you heard that. I just popped my elbow. Knuckles. Wrist. What's the worst that's going to happen? You fall? As long as there's someone else there, even if there's not, you got to work your ass up to get back up. Because I promise, if you slow down or hesitate for one moment while you're trying to go full speed, it's going to hurt a whole hell of a lot worse. And for me, it was just me in my own head. I learned so many tricks when I left home. And this is me still talking about skating. When I was back in New York, I learned a couple tricks. You know, I had nollie inward heels. I was doing kick flips. I couldn't tray flip to save my life. But I was the first one out of my boys to learn how to switch tray flip. That's doing a 360 kick flip in your opposite stance. And I remember there was snow on the ground and I did it both. Wasn't full speed because it was so cold, but I still did it. And I remember I got off my board and I cried and I sent that to my best friend. And my boy Moose, he told me before I left, he's like, yo, you don't have anybody out there. But the one thing that made you feel connected to anybody is that skateboard. So you just keep skating. Same thing with my writing. I kept writing. And now, although there were dark times for me in that too, I have to keep going to keep myself from drowning. That's my phrase of the night, keep from drowning. And, you know, as I said, my biggest hindrance is me getting in my own head. We get in our own heads so quick about everything. We judge ourselves so fast. Let me say it like this. I'm gonna say something else. I'm gonna be real too. As I said, I'm gonna be a blunt person. We on that bully season. For those of you don't know, you gotta be a real bulldog out here. You gotta get the nigga. You just gotta go full force at it, all right? This is what I mean. If you someone, there's no putting this gently. If you someone that like adult videos, adult entertainment, yes, I'm talking porn, and you like porn, that doesn't make you a bad person. That's just what you like. Granted, you should probably get a life. I'm just thinking around. But like, or if you're someone that likes to smoke weed, do you? I'm not saying get addicted to it. I'm not saying, I'm saying you need to take a break for certain stuff and explore other things. That's not going to harm you. That's not going to harm you or make your conditions worse. But stop judging yourself. Other people judge you every waking moment of your life for all your life. I realize that. Why are you judging yourself? Why judge yourself when other people do it for free already? Why are you going to let somebody else judge you? They judge you. You're going to be judged during execution unto yourself? For what? I understand examining yourself. I said earlier, let a man examine himself. Recognize your faults. Check them at the door. So when you open the next one, you know where you want to be at. That's not judging yourself. Judging yourself is looking at yourself and like, man, oh man, what if this person doesn't do this? Like, oh, I'm so stupid, I'm so ugly. No. Examining yourself is realizing where you messed up at and working on it. So if you got in an argument with your mom, you're like, you know what? I messed up. That's my bad. I should have never did that. That's not judging yourself. That's correcting your ways. That's what we need to do, bro. Stop judging yourself. Get out of your own head, which I know I'm going to get in my own head later today. But, man, sometimes you just got to, yourself can be your biggest hindrance. And here's another example of getting out your own head. I can't believe I'm going to say this live. I'm not going to say her name, but it's all right. So me and Dre were talking the other night, right? Talking about a certain friend of mine who I hadn't seen in quite some time. I love this girl to death. We were great friends, and we kept in contact. And then as time went on, we just got older. She's doing her, I'm doing me. I wrote a song, and one of my lyrics that I said, as long as she's still surviving, I'll be doing just fine. Though I long for a day that somehow she'd be mine. Yeah, I don't miss her sometimes. I miss her every waking night. And although we may be spread far, she'll always be in my heart. And that line is something that I needed to say. And when I wrote it, it felt good. But looking back at it now, it's the truth. She's still living. I'm living my life. And it's crazy because we was talking about her. And as soon as I get off the phone with this dude, I send him a screenshot. Guess who just texted me? And we was texting until my phone died. So, you got to get out your own head. Because I didn't think I was going to hear from this person for quite a while. But this person responded to me. They shot me a text back. We didn't have the longest conversation, but we caught up. And that's cool. You get out your own head, man. Because we could be thinking shit is worse when in reality, in life's what you make it. That's just that. That's just that. And sorry for my shitty singing, by the way. I'm just, sometimes you just got to embrace your shit. That's it.
Yeah, man. It's like life is funny sometimes. Life is funny. I say life is funny because life can put you in a lot of situations that you never expect.
Word, like Dre just came out the closet the other day. I never expected it.
All right. What we're not going to do, we're not going to put lies on podcasts.
And I'm just fucking around with you guys. Yo, if y'all could see this podcast and see his face every time I do some shit like that, the reaction be worth it. But nah, I'm just dicking with y'all. I had to make light of a situation because it was so serious.
Oh, man.
Because he could have said something about me just now.
I almost did it too. Oh, you're so lucky.
I'm gonna beat you to it. He was
makeup wearing ass.
He was gonna make fun of me because of something I was telling about. Yes, we're taking a break from the seriousness and going funny. Ha he. So, one of my majors in college, it was musical theater. And when I was in high school, I did theater as well. Now, any theater student knows that you're going to have to go through certain shit. You can't bitch about it because it's what you want. Me as a writer and an actor, I'm not going to bitch about it. I'm comfortable with my own sexuality. I know who I am, and I'm appreciative for who I am. I don't judge another person because that's not my right to. If you gay, you gay. You straight, you straight. What he's referring to about the whole makeup situation I was telling him a story about how in high school, when I had to first learn how to do stage makeup, I did my own. And it was a class thing, and I didn't do it badly. I took my glasses off to see what I was doing. That sounds funny. I took my glasses off to see what I was doing. I had to do it myself, and it didn't come out as bad as I thought it would.
He did it exponentially well.
First off, he's dragging it. He's only dragging it because I told him what this one shorty said. But the same friend of mine, she used to always do makeup and just. I remember she told me when we were freshmen, she said, if you got a daughter, you're going to know, she's going to ask, Daddy, can you help me get this? Can you do this for me? And I'm like, I indulged her. I let her just teach me certain things. And I got a good ass memory. And plus I have friends, my friend Emma, she's great at doing makeup. So I watched her. If I see somebody do it, I can copy it myself and just learn from it. So the incident we were referring to, I was in high school, we was doing our stage makeup in class, just prepping it, see how we do. And this girl I knew, she came up to me. She's like, oh my God, that's pretty good. I had asked her for help so she can get the spots I couldn't. And I'm like, I felt like the biggest bitch when she said that. I remember I stepped out the classroom and I'm like, yo, I'm about to deck this shorty. She just said, and she's gorgeous, by the way. She was like, that was really, she said, that's pretty good. I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I felt my manhood be attacked. But fellas, this is what I mean. Know yourself. Be comfortable with your sexuality, man. I did my makeup. I could say that I did my own stage makeup. As an actor, I did my own my senior year for class, and it wasn't half bad. I hate this nigga. Don't worry about it. This is my point exactly. This goes right back to people judging you. Don't judge yourself because other people going to do it for free for the rest of your life anyway. You hear me? Matter of fact, what you call it? So when she said that, I kind of felt it. I'm like, yo, what is wrong with you, shorty? I'm not bro. Like, don't do that to me. But you got to get out your head. You have to remember who you are and what you're doing. And it was for an assignment. For one, it was for a grade. I did it. And he joked around. He said, yo, I'm not kissing no man for a grade. Nigga, I'm not kissing no man if it was my choice, period. Period. Now, if you gay and that's what you do, by all means, do you, boo-boo. Go ahead, live your life. That's not my interest. That's yours. I got gay friends. I got straight friends. I got friends in between. It don't matter. So that's what I mean. Don't judge yourself because other people going to do it anyway. And if anything, laugh it off. Fuck it. Matter of fact, join in on it because you'll laugh at it yourself. So see, Dre, I beat you to the point because he was about that close to blowing it up himself anyway. Oh, man. I know this nigga got other stories he could tell too, but hey, I don't want him to do that. Oh, hold on. Speaking of laughing, I got a joke for you. I came up with this. I feel like somebody else probably said the joke, but I remember I came up with it on the spot one day. I was FaceTiming my boy, and he does a lot of projects with his baby brother. His brother's like 12 or something, and he likes creating shit. So he made his own boat, and he was gonna go out to the lake and put his boat in the water just to test it. He's had a few trial runs, and this one, he realized what he had to fix and what he didn't. He said, "Nah, bro, it's not a boat. It's not a little boat. It's a pirate ship." I don't know why, but I had this joke that came into my head. Joe, you ready?
Shit. Yeah.
I want you to embrace and react to this joke, all right? What's a pirate's favorite letter?
I don't know.
You'd think it's R, but it's really the C. See? Look, he's not laughing, but you can still see him. It wasn't for me. It was never for me. This dickhead. Yo, oh my God. All right. Here's another one for you. How did it go? This one was more on the spot. I'm trying to remember exactly what I said. Okay. All right. Why do other hoes hate women who sleep with sailors? Because she takes all the semen. He took his headphones off. He know you want to laugh. Go ahead and hit that laugh, bro. Go ahead. I paved the way. Yo, that could also be turned into a gay joke. But I'm not gonna do that. But this nigga's weak as hell. Look at him. Oh man. Yo, I've been finding some really crazy ass jokes lately. Oh man. If you're sensitive to certain shit, we can't be friends. Let me not say that. There's certain shit I can joke about and certain things I'll take a little more serious. You know, anybody is like that.
In other words, if you a bitch or was raised by a bitch and you can't take certain jokes, then you need to get the fuck out.
That's just it. Now, let me say this real quick, plain and clear. 9/11 is not shit to joke about. Terrorism is not shit to joke about.
Anybody can get these jokes.
However, I'm willing to bet money with you, me being in New York and myself. If I'm back home with someone, or even out here in North Carolina, yo, if somebody tries to make a 9/11 joke, bro, I'm like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you, bro? I smack shit out of you right now, nigga. What? Nigga, step in the box with me right now. Step in the square, bro. What's up? You don't say no shit like that.
Step in the square.
Soon as I get home, guess what I'm telling my pop? I'm like, yo, this nigga said the wildest shit about 9/11. And it's crazy because we do that. Like, I done heard too many jokes lately that had me weak. Matter of fact, since it's Black History Month, I got you. I'm about to piss a lot of y'all off. Yo, if this makes it in the video, I'm sorry. But I heard one of my favorite comedians say this some time ago, Eddie Griffin, one of my favorites of all time. He said, what? Yo, Dre.
Yo.
What do you call a nigga in the tree with a suit and a briefcase? Branch manager. This nigga palming his forehead. All right, now I got one better. Yo, Dre.
Yo.
What's I'm not gonna hard art it. Whoever hard arts it on live shit, and now you're wailing. What's the difference between a nigga and a snow tire? Snow tires don't sing when you put chains on it.
By the way, I didn't press that.
Bad joke. But nah, that's my thing though. If you could take a laugh, all right, cool. Some people, racism is real, y'all, and in this day and age, no, it always has been, bro. I feel like racism is.
You know why? You know why I say that?
You know what? Let me rephrase that. Racist people are still out there. Racism, nigga. What? I bet money I could go outside and find a mixed person right now. You gonna tell me they're racist? Someone born have chupacabra, have Italian or some shit? Yeah, I know I fucked up, but still, you get my point. No one is not just one thing anymore today. I bet you could find the most white power enthusiast person. It'd be like, white power! Like, motherfucker, you're not even fully white. Fuck you talking about? You from Southeast Asia on the low. Nigga, what? You was there when the coronavirus started. Nigga, fuck is you talking about? You're not pure white. You're not pure heroin. You're not pure snow. Nobody's pure anything anyway. But the racist people that feel like they are, those are the ones that I feel are still racist. Just saying. Like, I don't even like, real talk, you could be a Trump supporter and not be racist. You could disagree with his views. Real talk. And that's your own thing, boo-boo. That's it. But you want to start hard-on shit and, you know, start feeling like you're a superior race, you're wrong. Like, the only race there is the human race, from what I know of, nigga, so.
Allegedly,
excuse me. There could be other alien life forms sounding like this. But yeah.
You just throw something at me?
Nah, bro, I don't know what you talking about.
Bro, this nigga just really threw something at me. Like, bro.
I ain't doing nothing, yo. I'm checking my phone.
Nigga,
bro.
I could take your water and shit in it right now if I felt like it.
See, that's some gay shit.
No, it's not. I said take your water and shit in your water and give it back to you like I never shit in it.
Yeah, I think that would be some crazy ass bomb shit water. Yo, can you imagine being over in Iraq? Be like, bombs away! Those are shit. You know how quick they would evacuate the building if it was my shit, bro? They would just be dead before it even hit the floor. I'm sorry, bad joke.
I paved the way. Show some respect.
I'm still not supposed to be touching it, but like these buttons just look too like there for me not to touch. I'm just saying right now. I'm just saying.
You're like a fucking kid in a candy store, man.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like a kid who found some candy, bro. Let me get upside your pan. Let me start.
All right. So if you have nothing else to talk about, I think we're gonna wrap it up right here on these horrible ass jokes.
What, nigga? Yo, he's saying they horrible, but this nigga had to take his headphones off not once, but twice so he could catch his breath from laughing on the radio, bro. Like, this nigga
Just because I laugh at a joke doesn't mean it's funny.
You laugh?
I paved the way. Show some respect to the
Right. One more thing before I get out of here, man. A couple things. Dre, thanks for having me back on this, man. I really do appreciate it. It's always fun. It's always more fun when there's more of us, but there ain't really shit be talking about when there is. Did I pull this shit out? Nigga, I said it again. Nah, that definitely got to be the title. Yo, I thought my headphones went mute for a quick second, and I thought I accidentally pulled the cord out when I moved my foot. And I said that earlier too, because I thought I did the same shit. That's funny. That's a whole title. But nah. Go ahead, laugh, bro. Go ahead. If they could see you cracking up right now, yo. Hey, yo, did I pull it out? Oh, nah, I'm still in there. My fault. Let me moonwalk out this bitch.
Yeah.
Nigga be like, All right, but now for Dre, thanks again for having me on this, man. It's real fun. As y'all know, I'm a writer. I got some stuff I'm putting out there. I got a couple shows I'm working on, KMU, DMA, JTTF. I have a whole bunch of stuff I'm working on, man. And if you're a writer, matter of fact, let me say this live right now. If you are a young actress, young lady, young writer, females, please, do feel free to hit my Instagram, The King Bread from Queens. Hit my DM, let me know who you are. Because I'm looking for women who want to feel empowered, who want to make a statement. Because I got a project I want to work on, and me coming from a guy, I cannot tell a story for a woman's point of view being a man. And it's a project I'm working on. It's a spinoff from something that I have, and I want to make it right. But it's best I'm not too physically attached to it rather, and gain someone from the outside who really knows what they're talking about to bring it in on the inside so we can collaborate on it. So if you are a young woman in the local area in Raleigh, North Carolina, please hit me up. You hit my Instagram, The King Bread from Queens. Queens get the money. You already know what I'm talking about with that. Or if you can't hit me up there, please hit my Gmail, my email, travis.stokes, STOKES 347 @gmail.com. Please feel free if you are a young up-and-coming actress, writer, journalist, however, hit me up on my DM. I want to talk to you about some ideas off of you. What we say will be confidential, so we will have to talk over the phone. Or if you want to move forward, we will meet in person. Dre, once again, thank you for having me on the show, considering me to be back on the show as a recurring guest. I appreciate you guys listening. And here's my own little send-off to the DZN Podcast and all y'all listening. Thank you very much. Y'all know what the vibes is. My boy Dre is out here. It's me out here. It's your boy Trav. All y'all stay blessed, stay loved. We are here and we thank you.
And as always, if you want to follow the DZN Podcast, you can follow us at d.z.n.podcast on Instagram.
Yeah.
DZN Podcast on Twitter. DZN Podcast on Facebook.
Everywhere.
And we are available on all podcasting platforms such as YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Podbean, wherever you get podcasts at. And if you want to follow me on the gram, it's RETROD.R.E. And I'm also on Twitter, RetroDre_. If you want to follow the homie Zoe, it is at Young_Pluto08. And if you want to follow the homie Nas, it is NV.Z_ on Instagram. Appreciate y'all again for listening to the newest episode of the DZN Podcast. I believe this is episode 33.
33, that's beautiful.
And good morning, noon, or night whenever you're listening to this. And
to
we
all my lovely
out
ladies,
this
we love
motherfucker.
I got kids already.
Stay blessed and stay safe for everybody, man. We love you and we thank you.